Stamp of the Month Club members. This is your second video with the instructions on how to create your second card using your established Elegance stamp set. This is the stamp set for August 2012. So let's get started. First of all your dimensions will be included with your stamp set when it arrives. I've got Very Vanilla, Basic Black, and I'm using the first edition paper because I think it works beautifully with the typewriter image. The very first thing we want to do is stamp our typewriter. Now you can just use regular black ink. I prefer to use StazOn when I'm stamping in black. I just find it gives a nice crisp image. So I'm going to stamp our typewriter. The next thing I want to do is I wanted to put a little piece of paper, though, so that it looked like it had been typewritten inside my typewriter. So what I did was I cut a little strip like so, and I used an X-Acto knife, which can be dangerous, so be careful. And you just want a little hard mat, and you're just gonna, I just free-handed it where I thought the paper would go, so I'm just gonna cut it. Now you can use a little straight edge if you want. Just cut a little section like that, just so you've got a little slit. Then you're just going to take your little piece of paper here and just slide it through. And then you can just anchor it on the back of your piece. No one will see that. And then what I did, I thought, you know, it would look like it was curled as it came out of the typewriter. So I just want you to snip a little bit here, and then I just curled this. You can just use your scissors here or a little pencil or anything just to give it a little curl, just like that, just so it looks like it's running through the typewriter. And that's all I did. Then I want to attach this to my black piece. I've just got a little frame around this. And then it's pretty simple. Just put your piece of first edition paper on your black piece. Then I've got some seam binding ribbon. I find this really easy to work with, and it also looks kind of vintage, just like the images in the stamp set. And then come out that to your Very Vanilla card front, and your image, your main image here, you're just going to pop up with some dimensionals. And a little trick, if you just press on the center of each of those with your nail, you can, they just pop off. A lot easier than trying to pick them off. I find that the hardest part of this card is picking those off. So like that, and then just slide your ribbon underneath your main piece here and just tie a really loose little knot. You don't want to tie it too tight. You want it to just be like a little soft knot, and then cut it off the spool, just like so. And that's the finished card. Really simple. Since this is the second card in the series for this month, let me bring in some other cards to show you what you can do with your stamp set. This is exactly the same card, only I used black ribbon instead. So it just gives you a different look. This one here uses this beautiful pool party. Love that. This is that beautiful ribbon. This technique is like a little faux tile technique. Not sure if you can see it, but it almost looks like little grout lines between the little squares. This is really simple and really pretty. This is using Baja Breeze. And you can just see that I've used some elements just to give it a little vintage feel. Here's another vintage looking card. So the pieces are just popped up and roughed up and sponged. This is one of my favorites. This is just using a top note, part of a top note, and just stamped and popped up. And again, there's that pool party ruffled ribbon and some little pearls just to add a little elegance. And then lastly, this is another card using the typewriter. And this time, these little spots here are made using a stamp from another set called French Foliage. It's a great little set. So here's your stamp set, which you will be getting shortly or you've already received. So you can go ahead and create some of these cards for yourself. Thank you so much for joining Stamp of the Month, and stay tuned for next month. Thanks so much, and happy stamping!